Before I get started, I just want to say that there are different reasons why people get into van life or living in a vehicle for that matter. It could be financial, it could be because they like the lifestyle. Sometimes it gets romanticized a lot in social media. I'm guilty of that. Some people actually do it because it's much easier for what they do as their job. That's including me. I have heard there's a lot of nurses that are always on the move. They always have to go to different areas. There are just many different jobs that require for a person to move. Rather than pay for hotels, then a van makes more sense. It's big enough where it's comfortable. It's small enough where you can park it anywhere you need to park it. You can go to the grocery store. That's why people actually love vans a lot, because it's their daily vehicle as well. It's just not their big RV that they park somewhere for a while and then they have another car. And I might get into that later as well. Oh, my coffee. There we go. Some people just love to travel. The van, again, it's a perfect vehicle to do it in. It's not super big and it can get to different places that other vehicles might not be able to. My van is not lifted, but it does have enough lift where I can take it off-road a bit. Not off-road, but overlanding. I don't have to stay on pavement. When it comes to a smaller car or vehicle, you're kind of stuck with the pavement. However, I did see Teslas and I did see Priuses that went over the terrain that I went. Not recommended. People just love the aspect of it. You can have your home with you the whole time, have everything you need, can't forget anything because you have pretty much everything that you need with you. That's another reason that I love it. Like I can make a coffee on the go. I have everything I need. I have water, coffee, I have it all. How would I start van life in 2023? It's safe to say that inflation has gone up. Pretty much the price of vehicles have gone up. Price of a van is probably double of what I paid for it. The first thing I would do if I have a vehicle and it's reliable enough, I would just start living out of it before I would stop paying rent somewhere, just to kind of see if it's something that is for you. Some people try it and they love it. Some people, before they even try it, they end their lease, jump into a vehicle without having prior experience and realize that it's not for them. Not always that I get to sit at a park like this, but I do try to get to parks just because it's so peaceful and I can do a little bit of filming, a little bit of work. Getting a little windy, so hold on one second. I'm gonna wait for the wind to pass. There are things to be considered. Sleeping on the side of the road. It's not for everybody. It works for me because I usually go to sleep at around 9. I'm ashamed to say that, but 9 o'clock is like my bedtime. Let's say 10 o'clock sometimes. Depends if I watch a show somewhere. But then I wake up early. I wake up at around like 6 o'clock. And that's right before the traffic starts on the street, because after that I can't sleep. If I'm sleeping on the side of the street somewhere at 7 o'clock, there's traffic. There's no way I can, there's like cars zooming by the whole time. So that schedule works for me. If that's something that works for you. If it's not, then maybe you are a heavy sleeper and you don't care. But it takes getting used to for the first 2 weeks or more. Depends on how fast you get used to it. I would use the car that I have so I don't have to have different payments for another car just to find out that I actually don't like it. Maybe try to go camping for a little bit. Try to sleep on the side of the road for a bit. Try to sleep at Walmart in the parking lot and see how that goes. I kind of did the same thing. I used to live in New York. I didn't have a vehicle. I was able to put enough money together, like $2,000, and I was able to buy like the worst van ever, but I did buy it. I built the inside, which was terrible, but that's just my first van build. I stayed on the side of the road somewhere in Brooklyn. First night or second night, there was like a thunderstorm. My vehicle was shaking everywhere and I was outside filming. So it didn't scare me. It was kind of loud and everything, and I was like, oh my god, if this is like every few days, maybe that's not for me. It obviously isn't. It just passes. I mean, just a few days ago it was really windy and I wasn't sure if when I woke up if my vehicle still had solar panels on top of it or the boxes that you see up there. It was shaking that bad, and then like a few branches hit it and all that stuff, and I was filming. And it's something that doesn't get talked a lot about. It's just people talk about the great experiences and the places they've been, and it's totally true if you do travel and you go to these places. But some people don't do that. They're very stationary. They just do it because financially it's better for them. If you're new to this lifestyle, you might not think that people live in vehicles, and that's not true at all. People live in vehicles a lot, and I know because now that I've done it, I can spot any vehicle dweller, not even van dweller, just any dweller that lives in their vehicle. And I gotta tell you, there's a lot of people out there. It depends where you go. If you don't have a car, this is a perfect opportunity to be able to rent a van. There's a lot out there. Like, you can go from renting a van for 20 bucks a day or whatever that costs. I'm not sure how much that costs. Like a moving van, just an empty cargo van, and just throw in a blanket somewhere and like take it around town. Or maybe even go camping with it, you know, just take it a few nights. And that'll give you a very good idea of what it is to live in a vehicle. If you have the money to spare, there are a lot of companies now out there that rent vans or rent any outdoor vehicles, from like Westphalia's to Storyteller Overland. They are out there. Those are really expensive vehicles, but you can rent these vehicles. They have any kind of vehicle that has a camping setup in it. Van life in particular is very popular now. A lot of people are just ditching their like 9 to 5. They work for themselves from home. This is the time to do it if you can get by with like going to a coffee shop and using their Wi-Fi. So a lot of people are interested in this lifestyle because now they can be on the road. They don't physically have to be somewhere. This lifestyle is now much more sought after because who wouldn't wanna like have a different view every week and travel the whole country while you are working on the road. Starlink is now available, so that's a huge thing. I just got back from Joshua Tree, which has a lot of open space, and half of the rigs there has Starlink. It was so, I'm like, that thing's not cheap, but that makes it possible for people to go out and really have high-speed internet and work from home or do whatever they want. It's a bit more expensive than home internet, but you're on the road. So that's a huge thing. I would start small with whatever I have, pack it in. There's a lot of things out there that you can buy from Walmart or whatever, camping stuff. There's always camping little packs where everything packs really small. So if you have a small vehicle, it works out for you. I would say go out there and try it out. It's very easy to find restrooms, showers are the same. I have a whole video about that, so you can watch that somewhere up here. It's not a hard lifestyle. It depends how much you expect of it. I would get something that's at least reliable, like something that doesn't break down on you every 2 days on the side of the road, because that just takes the joy out of it. That's what, when you hear people that they hate this lifestyle, it's usually because they run into problems right away and they don't even get to actually enjoy it. A lot of the people get that knock on the door. I have a video about stealth camping. I talk about it all the time. I'm gonna link that up as well. I would really go adventure if weather permits it. I know you hear me and other people here on YouTube talk about this lifestyle. I've been doing it for a while, and well, that's really all I talk about on this channel. So my saying is, if you don't try, you'll never know. 2023 is a good year to do it, so why not try now? Check out this video up here if you want to see more van life related content. Thank you for watching. As always, you are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.